A very good morning, class 8. So in this video lecture we will study your chapter exponents and powers. So suppose if you have something like this, so what you will say to it? You will say that this is your 2 raised to the power 3. Similarly, for this one you will say that is your 5 raised to the power 2. So what they mean? So if it is 2 raised to the power 3, so it means that will be equals to your 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 up to 3 times. Okay, similarly over there that means that you have to multiply 5 up to 2 times. So that will be equals to your 5 multiplied by 5. Okay, so over these numbers this particular thing is known as your base and this is your power. Okay, or you can say exponent. Okay, similarly for this one that will be your base, 2 is your base and 3 is your power, or you can say exponent. So students, to solve problem related to your exponents and powers, we have certain laws of exponents which we have to follow. So let's understand what are these laws. So the first law of exponent says that if you have anything some sort of like this, if you have a raised to the power m which is divided by a raised to the power n, so one thing we have noticed over there, for this particular term what we are having the common base. Means for this one what is the base? A is the base and m is the power, and for similarly for this one a is the base and n is the power. So what we are having the common base and which is under division. So if this thing we are having, then what we are going to do, we will just subtract the powers. So we have taken this base as common and we just subtract the powers. So let's suppose let's have an example for this. Suppose if we are having 2 raised to the power 4 which is divided by 2 raised to the power 2. So you can see over there we are having the common base 2 and which is under division. So what we are going to do, we will just subtract the power. So that will be 2 raised to the power 4 minus 2 and that will be your 2 raised to the power 2. In this way you have to solve. Okay, so moving to the second law of exponent, it says if you have a raised to the power m multiplied by a raised to the power n, so that will be equals to your a raised to the power m plus n. So again we have observed one thing, that here in this case we are having the common base under multiplication. So if you have the common base under multiplication, so what we have to do, we have just add on the powers. So suppose if we are having 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 2. Okay, so again we have the common base 2 over there and which is under multiplication. So what we will do, we will just add on these powers. So that will be 4 plus 2. So that will be your 2 raised to the power 6. Okay, so moving to the next law of exponent, it says if you are having a raised to the power m divided by b raised to the power m, that will be equals to your a divided by b and its whole raised to the power m. So means what we are having common powers over there. In the previous case we were having the common base, but now we are having the common power. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to take out this power as common. So suppose if I have 3 raised to the power 2 divided by 5 raised to the power 2. For this particular, the base is 3 and the power is 2, and for this one base is 5 and power is 2. So here we are having the common power. So what we are going to do, we will just take out this power as a common. So we can write it as 3 divided by 5 and its whole raised to the power 2. So the next law says that if you have a raised to the power m multiplied by b raised to the power m, that will be equals to your a multiplied by b and its whole raised to the power m. So let's take an example for this one. Suppose if you have 3 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 2. Okay, so what we have to do, we are having the common power over there. So what we'll do, we will just do it as 3 multiplied by 5 and its whole power 2. We have taken this power as common. Okay, moving to the next one, it says if you have a raised to the power m and its whole raised to the power n, so that will be equals to your a raised to the power m into n. For example, if you are having 3 raised to the power 2 and its whole raised to the power 4, so what you have to do, you have to just multiply these powers. So that will be equals to your 3 and its whole raised to the power 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, so that will be equals to your 3 and its whole raised to the power 8. Okay, so now moving to the next one, it says a raised to the power minus m is equals to your 1 upon a raised to the power m. For example, if you are having 5 raised to the power minus 1, so according to this law of exponent, we can write it as 1 upon 5 raised to the power plus 1. Okay, or if you have suppose 4 raised to the power minus 3, so we can write it as 1 upon 4 raised to the power plus 3. Okay, and the last one is a raised to the power 0 is equals to 1. Means if you have any number and its power is 0, so that will be equals to always 1. If you have 1 raised to the power 0, that will be equals to 1. If you have 2 raised to the power 0, that will be equals to 1. If you have 3 raised to the power 0, that will be equals to 1, and so on. Okay, so student, these were few laws of exponents which you have to remember to solve the exercise of this particular chapter. Now let's solve few exercise question of your 12.1. It says that we have to evaluate 3 raised to the power minus 2. So how are we going to solve this? We will solve all these questions with the laws of exponents. Okay, so as we have discussed earlier, we know that if we have a raised to the power minus m, so it can be written as 1 upon a raised to the power m. Okay, so with the help of this law of exponent, we are going to solve this. So here the value of a is what? 3, and the value of m is what? 2. So we can write it as, means your 3 raised to the power minus 2 can be written as 1 upon 3 raised to the power 2. Okay, and your 3 raised to the power 2 is what? I can write it as 3 multiplied by 3, and that will be equals to your 1 upon 9. So moving to the next question, we are having minus 4 and its whole power minus 2. So again with the help of same law, we are going to solve this. So we know that a raised to the power minus m is equals to your 1 upon a raised to the power m. So with the help of this law, we are going to apply this particular law over this question. So here the value of a is what? Minus 4, and of m is minus 2. So means your minus 4 raised to the power minus 2 can be written as 1 upon minus 4 and its whole power plus 2. Okay, and that will be equals to your 1 upon minus 4 into minus 4. Okay, and that will be equals to your 1 upon 16. 4 4s are 16, and minus minus is plus. Okay, next question we have to simplify this particular expression, which is your minus 4 raised to the power 5 divided by minus 4 raised to the power 8. So I can write this particular expression as minus 4 raised to the power 5 divided by minus 4 raised to the power 8. Okay, so you will observe one thing over there, that we are having the common base under division. Okay, so as we know, there is one law which says that if you have a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n, okay, we are having the common base but the powers are different. Okay, so that will be equals to your a raised to the power m minus n. Okay, so with the help of this particular law, we are going to solve this. So that means here the value of a is what? Minus 4. So that will be equals to your minus 4, and its power is how much? That will be equals to your 5 minus 8. Okay, that will be your power. Okay, so that will be equals to your minus 4, and if you're going to solve this one, 5 minus 8 is how much? That will be equals to your minus 3. Okay, so again this particular we are going to solve with the help of this particular law. Okay, as we have just solved in this case. So we know that your a raised to the power minus m is equals to how much? 1 upon a raised to the power m. So means your minus 4 raised to the power minus 3 will be equals to how much? Minus 4 raised to the power minus 3 will be equals to your 1 upon minus 4 raised to the power plus 3. Okay, and your minus 4 raised to the power plus 3 means what? You have to multiply this minus 4 up to 3 times. Minus 4 multiplied by minus 4 up to 3 times. Okay, so you can solve it. So that will be equals to your 1 upon minus 64. Okay, so students, in this way you have to solve your exercise 12.1. Okay students, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for listening me.